Adam Gontier, Matt Walst, 3 Days Grace here with me. What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man.
Very well. How are you guys doing? Back on the road?
Back on the road, yeah.
New album coming out, Alienation, going to be out August 22nd.
Yep.
Adam, you were away from the band for like 11 years or so, right? When you, I know you're doing your thing. Did you miss the band? Did you need that time away?
Definitely needed the time away, and also yes, missed the band for sure. Yeah, it was. Back then it was a weird. There's a lot going on in my life, so I needed a break from kind of everything. Yeah, but here we are now, though.
When you started talking about this possibility of getting back with 3 Days Grace and Matt staying on as lead singer as well, was it like secret meetups because you didn't want any fans to know about it? Because it was kind of a surprise for fans, right, when you made the announcement?
It was a surprise, yeah. I don't think we had any real secret get-togethers. I mean, we did get together at Barry's
Yeah,
place to
the
start
the writing sessions we kept kind of quiet. Like we didn't post anything or anything like that. We wanted it to be a surprise for the fans, and just one day dropped this phone call and people went crazy. Mm-hmm. It was like Christmas morning.
Yeah.
When you hit the stage in Nashville, did you already know at that point that you were getting back with 3 Days Grace?
No, that was more a case of these guys were playing like on tour, coming through, and we had just sort of Neil and I had just gotten together, and we'd been talking a little bit more, and it was just one of those things like, you want to come out, hang out, and get up and sing maybe, and yeah. So we didn't really have the plan at that point.
At my house on weekend mornings, we usually put on some music, we're having coffee, and just last weekend, I'm like, let's put on some 3 Days Grace. They're coming through town, let's get into some 3 Days Grace. And we were rocking with 3 Days Grace, and my daughter, who's just about to be 13, she said, Dad, that guy sounds mad. Yeah. And I said, maybe he was when he wrote and recorded this song. Do you feel like you need to go through a hard time or be really angry to write a good song?
No, I don't think you need to, but I think it helps for sure. Like, especially with the style that, like, I grew up listening and like I was influenced by the Seattle bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and stuff, and that is pretty emotional stuff, right? So I was influenced by that writing music, and so that's just kind of the way I've always done it. Gotten stuff out that way. But I don't think it needs to be, but it helps.
I know as a listener to music, sometimes a song will bring back a memory, and it might be a bad memory, and you might think, and you want to change the song because it brings back something that wasn't a good time in your life. When you're performing songs that maybe that happened when you wrote the song, do you find it hard to perform it still, or is it now just you're working?
Throughout the years, it feels like it takes on a new meaning for me. A lot of the times, like a song like "Never Too Late" that a lot of people relate and that has helped them through like something like suicide or attempted to something like that. It sort of takes on new meaning for myself, depending on what's going on in my life and some other stories that I've heard about it, so kind of, it sometimes takes it back, but also gets a new meaning as time goes on,
Alienation, brand new record, going to be out on August the 22nd. How is this record different or the same as previous 3 Days Grace stuff?
I think it's evolved in the sound a little bit, but we definitely take old elements from old 3 Days Grace songs, and we stay true to going through real stuff and writing about real things and staying on point on what we're talking about in the song. So there's newer elements, and then there's definitely older elements for sure, and it's very diversive.
Yeah.
Dropped Mayday, went to number 1, and now Apologies, the next single from the record, is out. What can you tell me about that song?
I think we all love that song. It's cool. It was a song that was sort of written before we started our sessions. Neil had co-written it with somebody, so he brought it in. We sat down, we worked on it, we tweaked some things, and it's just it's a song that it's sort of about just getting help from people that love you, and it's kind of about feeling like you don't deserve that help, and so not really accepting it. So feels like people are kind of relating to that sentiment, and it's definitely one of my favorites on the album.
It's cool that you guys all went to the same school, right? In Norwood, Ontario, near Peterborough. Did you ever go to like a high school reunion? Do you keep in touch with any old high school people?
Yeah, we keep in touch with old friends for sure. There'll be some out tonight for sure. Yeah, and actually, like reunion, we got inducted into the Hall of Fame in our high school a couple of years ago, and that's kind of when talks kind of started. That Adam coming back. Yeah, we the three of us got inducted to the Hall of Fame. So, in the halls of our high school, you see like people that have gone on to do great things and. Now we're on that wall, so that's pretty cool, you know, coming from that school and getting straight D's all the time.
I didn't even graduate.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm on the wall. But that was actually part of the deal was they said, you know, would you want to do it? And I was like, yeah. They said, we'll give you your diploma. Because I had missed my high school by 1 credit. Oh. So they were pretty lenient about that. So, yeah, that was nice.
Getting my grade 10, Ricky.
Yeah, yeah.
Matt, when you first joined 3 Days Grace, did you feel nervous about taking on the singing role?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, I was still with my band, My Darkest Days, and, you know, Brad said, get on your singing shoes. We had a tour in 8 weeks, I think. I had 8 weeks of learning the songs and singing them. But, you know, like, I've always been close to this band. I co-wrote on the first record. You know, I knew the songs pretty well. So it wasn't too hard to learn the songs. But, yeah, definitely. My first show was in front of, I think, 9,000 people in an arena. So
wow.
A little nerve-wracking, you know?
Yeah. I tried to do a 3 Days Grace parody song once for the radio, and like, I mean, I can't sing, but I mean, just trying to do it, it was impossible. I mean, his voice is insane.
Right.
You got a great voice, man, both
Thanks,
of you guys,
man.
and now that it's together, that's pretty wicked.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I was saying earlier, we're really fortunate that our voices actually sound good together because it, you know, could have been the opposite where it just doesn't work. But yeah, it really works and it's really cool.
3 Days Grace, brand new record, Alienation, is going to be out August 22nd.
Yeah.
Adam Gontier and Matt Walst, 3 Days Grace. Appreciate your time, guys.
Thank you.